So, good morning, everybody. I'm going to be going over the free sources here of where can I go online, where can I go to get information that's free rather than, oh, I got to call Calvin and then I got to ask him the question, how did you do this? And he'll turn around and tell me, and then I'll go try and do it and I'll bang my head. There's a whole lot of resources out in the community that are available and they're all free. I tried this 1 year at Insights. Epicor had me come in, so I did the presentation and I opened the presentation with stop hiring consultants. And I was never invited back to Insights again to present. But the whole topic is stop hiring consultants. There are so many free resources. If you can plan the project, put the research and the time into it. It's not something that has to be done 2 days ago, but it's something that you can actually plan for. You can do an awful lot with what's available for free. I would say 98% of every request that I run across a company, someone else has already built it. I know Beth is going to share some of the stuff that she built for purchasing in her session later. But rather than building this yourself, find somebody that's already done it and kind of learn from them or work with them and do that. I don't know of anybody that says, stop asking me questions, go away. Everybody kind of likes to share their knowledge and share what they built. Everyone's proud of what they built. So by all means, reach out to other people who have done that. And this is what I call free sources. They're free resources for the Epicor world and how to make computers work better. I mean, that's the whole name of the game. If I can simplify my life a little at work, I'm going to have a happier person by the end of the day. So the first one for finding out information is the Stack Overflow community. Is anyone familiar with this one besides Fred?
I am.
I love the place. Stack Overflow is a great resource for information, programming, how to handle things. Ask other people and they'll turn around. There's a community of programmers just sitting out there that are willing to give you code snippets and tips to help move your day forward. Ethan just replied he spends half of his day on Stack Overflow. I'm like, it's a great place to go out. And with 4.7 million programmers on the site, I think you're going to get an answer pretty quickly. I'm like, it's the largest location I have found for getting information. The second most popular one that I'll find in the world, and it's strictly Epicor, is the Epi users. This is what I was mentioning earlier in the break about, oh, it was one list, and then we transferred one list over to Yahoo Group, and then Yahoo Group grew and then shut down, and we had to move out of there. Now it's put out at epiusers.help, thanks to Jose. I think Josh is also helping him. There's a handful of people that kind of manage this and keep the Epi Users Help community going. Consider being a sponsor for it also. I mean, it's just a donation to make to it, but it does cost them money to maintain it and put it together and pay for the web portal, pay for the programming. So anything that people can help out with is great too. Over at epiusers.help, there's a boatload of categories. There's unread and posted topics. How many people were there? I want to say out at epiusers.help. There are over 6,100 users on the community. So you'll see questions posted, answers getting responded to this. This is probably the number one where people go for information. There's over 50,000 threads that have been posted now. And they're broken into 15 different categories. You're going to find a Kinetic 21 category, an Epicor 10, Epicor 9, or ERP 9. Goes all the way back. DocStar, Profit 21, all of the Epicor products are out there, and you'll see Epicor 10 has 17.2 thousand posts this year. So just in the first half of the year, it's a pretty active community, and the Kinetic 2021 is starting as well. There's 42 out there already. This is really a great resource. If you are not a member of this, consider joining. https://epiusers.help. Join the community. I uploaded my profile pic. I've been out there for a while and go back to the one list days. I'm not as active as I used to be. But I'm out there, and it's a great place to get answers to your questions for Epicor. I don't think anybody will ever complain about Epi users. The only thing that they do request, no advertising. So don't turn around and go there and say, hey, my company makes automotive parts, come hire us. That's not a good thing. Or, hey, I'm an Epicor consultant, come hire me. They don't allow any of this. They have very strict policy similar to the user group of no advertising is allowed in. In addition to the Epi users, there's also the LinkedIn communities. LinkedIn, I'm finding, is going more towards a human resource than a information share, but you will find Epicor consultants, the community, the freelancers that are out there that are willing to help out. There are a boatload of groups throughout the LinkedIn. Some are run by consultants, some are run by Epicor, some are run by third party. It's an entire myriad. But LinkedIn is also out there. After LinkedIn, we also have the EUG itself. The EUG just rebranded, put together a new website. The epicorusers.org is out there. They also have information on the regional user groups. They have information on the national user group. The national user group, if you're a member of the EUG, you also get a discount going to Insights. If you send more than 2 people to Insights, it more than covers the cost of joining the Epicor user group. But they have information on all of the Epicor products that are out there. It's not just ERP or 10 or Vantage or Vista. They are going to need to add the new Kinetic one in here, but all of the Epicor products are represented through the EUG. Epi Users is awesome. The EUG is another great place to go for information. Those are going to be the key areas for finding Epicor information. Information for your employees. There's a company over in the UK, homeandlearn.co.uk, that offers free computer classes. How to use the computer, how to use Outlook, how to use Windows 10. This is a great thing. How to program an Excel, how to just use an Excel worksheet. While yes, we are Epicor users, we also need to use the other software on our computer. Most people are using Office 365 or some type of Office software, documents, spreadsheets, presentations like PowerPoint. How do I use the software? Don't necessarily have to go to school anymore for this. All of the classes are available. Home and Learn is a great resource. Yeah, they speak with a British accent, just makes the class a little more fun. But you're also going to find programming help, PHP, Java, Python, Visual Basic. So it's also computer programming, not just application and how to use your computer, but it's a great place also to grab videos. A lot of people are grabbing videos and training packages for employee onboarding. This is a great place to pull some of those videos from. Microsoft used to have 4 different areas: TechNet, MSDN, Microsoft Virtual Academy, and Channel 9. That's where I was saying also earlier, hey, it's kind of weird to see how everything has changed and where it's going to. Microsoft now calls it Learn. And out on Learn, you can find videos, you can find manuals, you can find exams, training centers. All of this information is out there. So I just turned around and played last night, opened up a web browser and said, I'm going to go to Microsoft Learn and I want to learn Power BI. So I took a look here and there's a video that teaches me how to turn around and do a Power BI with Microsoft Excel and connect it to my Epicor database or connect it to a database, build my workflow, and then walk me through the steps of how to build my analytics charts and how to publish them to cell phones and websites. And it's just a case of walking through the steps one by one and connecting to your system. The software comes with Office 365. It's just a lot of people don't know how to use it. Microsoft Learn is a great place to where you can go out and pull these quick little videos or step-by-step tutorials on how do I utilize this? How do I take it? Play with
Calvin,
it for a little bit.
while you're there, towards the top right beneath the sign in, there's a save button. Once you've signed in to Learn, Calvin's currently not signed in, but once you are signed in, you can save things as bookmarks or to collections. So you could create a collection of Power BI information that would have this course plus another course on how to connect and run your cubes plus another course. So you can kind of, as you find things, save them so that you can come back to them regardless of what browser or what device you're using. They're kind of in your history and they don't occupy your bookmarks of your browser then.
Oh, come on. I'd like to have 5 billion bookmarks, but then I can never find it in my bookmarks. But this is a great place to find the information. Thanks, Fred. And turn around and track it, keep it, record it, and hop back into it. So Microsoft Learn is a great website out there. I'm going to go ahead and close down my GoToWebinar. But it used to be broken into 4 different areas. There was one for technical people, one for developer network, one for the virtual academy. Channel 9 was kind of for everybody down in South Africa. Now it's all consolidated through Microsoft Learn. I like the new look and feel and the ability to browse and search for things. It's a great tool out of Microsoft. Another one. Coda Bears, this presentation that we're doing today, I said we're going to convert it into a video. Those videos get uploaded to YouTube. We also have our Lunch and Learn, which is just go ahead and register. We turn around and put tidbits out every lunch hour, once a week or every 2 weeks, that we're going to cover a topic in Epicor and just teach people. People that come to us and say, hey, I want to learn how to do this. It's not enough for a whole session in the user group. So we'll end up doing these 15 and 20-minute sessions as a Lunch and Learn. We record those and put those videos up on the YouTube for people to watch. We have our own channel out there, but all of these are free. You don't need to pay anything to go watch them. What are we, over 200 videos now, 150? That are just sitting out there. Another one is just YouTube itself. I don't know if anybody uses YouTube. So I put a link in here to kind of go ahead and show everyone. I'm just going to put in my search, Epicor. When I turn around and search just for Epicor, it's going to turn around and pull back everything that is out there. Comprehensive demos. Datix has one out there. Use a BPM data form. So all of these videos are out there for people to turn around and watch. They're all generally fairly short. Some are fairly long. Hey, this is a 1-hour presentation that Carson Ripple did on Epicor combo boxes. All of the information is out there and you can go ahead and watch this. The YouTube is a great source for going ahead and finding, and I like that I can pause the video, fast forward, go back, turn people into chipmunks. Kind of fun. Sorry, had to put that in there. That's where, by the way, Christine, you are a chipmunk out here on YouTube now. Our Lunch and Learns are out here, but it's more than just Coda Bears. It's everybody in the community putting out videos and information on how to use the software. It's all of the partners, all of the third parties. Everybody is putting it out here. It's for everyone to use. I think people initially thought YouTube was going to be, oh, I got to watch videos, or my kids go watch music videos there. It's not just that anymore. It's a whole lot of training information. The nice thing about these videos is you can also collect them and build your own playlist. So if you want to build a onboarding for a customer service representative, how do I do order entry? How do I maintain a customer? All of these videos are out there and can be put in a playlist. We recommend to customers, we also have on the Codabears YouTube channel a playlist that people can play in their break room. Instead of putting on the daily soap opera in the break room, consider putting a Epicor channel in the break room. If somebody can go to lunch and come back with a tidbit one a week for the year, they're going to have 52 tidbits by the end of the year that make their job easier, just from having the videos playing in the background. By all means, consider doing this. It's not necessarily, oh, I go to the break room, I have to take a break. Put it on one of the TVs or put it playing somewhere where people can learn, how do I better utilize Epicor to make my job go a little easier. So YouTube is a great place to find a whole lot of videos. When I did the Epicor 10 search, it came back over 10,000. So there's a lot of videos out there to go ahead and play and take a look at with Epicor. All of our user group meetings, even ones that we tried to do on site, we tried to record, we put those videos up there as well. All of those past meetings are out there, and we have it in a playlist if you'd like to go take a look through. Hey, I missed the presentations here on these sessions, or I'd like to turn around and advertise this or put this up in my business so people can see it. By all means, consider doing that. Jose Gomez has his own website that has tips on how to do programming, tutorials. He also has cool recipes. He likes to cook and shares the recipes up there. So by all means, consider that. Adam Ellis is also out there and has an Epicor ERP knowledge base where he builds videos using the past versions of Epicor, and that's called gingerhelp.com. I'll generally use one or two of these because it's a great place to go to find tidbits of code or, hey, how did they do this? I know Jose is doing a presentation here a little bit later today, but by all means, take a look at his site. He's got tidbits going back to Epicor version 9, I believe, all the way forward. In addition, we have Telerik. Telerik I like because it helps translate. I got to move my old VB application from Epicor or Vantage 8 or ERP 9. I got to move this up to 10. So I need to translate it to C#. I want this to be web usable. They have a code converter where I can take code, plug it in, very similar to Epicor's ABL converter that went from Progress to C#. This goes from VB to C#. You can just turn around, copy the code out, paste that into the program, and then compile your customization in Epicor. It's a great place to get the code to be translated. Another one, Epicor turned around and came out with their own videos, and these are free. erpvideo.epicor.com is a website, hundreds of videos out here. You can also access this through the Kinetic menu system. There's a little video button in the top right hand corner that you can go watch the videos. You can also display the URL directly. So we also have people that use the Metro or the Classic menu still in Epicor 10 that just add the link to the URL to the menu system. All of Epicor's videos are out here. Some of them have the funky little widget that dances. Others turn around and have a more comprehensive. Let me get rid of the YouTube here. As I scroll through, I can add a widget to the Kinetic homepage, changing the company in the Kinetic homepage. As you go through these videos, all of the different areas, AR invoice entry, customer entry, DocStar, all of these videos are free. So consider using this before Epicor locks this down. This is a great place to get information. Then after Epicor's ERP videos here, I have some locations out that we utilize for just programming, server management, SQL fine-tuning. 4 Guys from Rolla is a great website that's out there. information, benefits of C#, .NET MAUI. All of the information that they've got out here, they're just posting information and sharing it with the community. This is more of a technical for developers, but the Four Guys from Rolla is a great place as well. If anybody is familiar with this, by all means, go ahead and take a look. Yeah, you get the advertising, the stuff on the top and the side, but all of the information is in here, and it's very current and very relevant. Redgate, I just find this wonderful. It's a great way to take Epicor's information or any DLL or custom program that was written for you, decompile it, learn what they're doing, how they did it, and then if you need to modify or manage it yourself, you have that ability. Redgate allows you the ability to do that, and they also give you a community of books where you can go ahead and pull this information down. This is something where if I have time to research the project, take some time to learn the technology, I can definitely go out here, grab the information, the free, some are free, some are buy from Amazon, some are also, hey, go ahead and do this for free. The Redgate community is awesome for kind of decompiling or disassembling the software, figure out what was done so that you can manage it yourself moving forward. Everybody, if you've done a customization in Epicor, you've heard of Infragistics. All of Epicor is built on Infragistics controls. They're moving over to new ones also with Kinetic, but Infragistics here has information. If you want to learn how to use an ultra wind grid or how to turn around and do controls, those are sitting here inside the Infragistics website, and they have samples of code and all the documentation for consuming and utilizing those objects inside Epicor. I see a note here that Zach is suggesting JetBrains, their .peak software. It's free. It's a trusted IDE provider. Another one, I'll go ahead and if you don't mind, Zach, I'm going to throw that into the presentation here. The next time I do it, we're going to be adding the .peak from JetBrains in here. Next one is Paisleur. Paisleur is a network monitoring software. So, did my server get hacked? Does my computer need updates? Does this client, did they get updated with the rest of them? Paisleur will turn around and offers monitoring software to monitor your servers, your PCs on it, and all of your network equipment. They allow you to turn around and configure sensors to turn around and monitor your hardware and notify you when there's a problem. So rather than the person screaming, hey, my computer broke, okay, Paisleur probably had a controller to monitor that and notify you before it actually happened. There's a handful of people out here saying Paisleur's awesome in the community chat right now. So consider Paisleur. It's an awesome tool, and if you want to go with the purchase version, if you're a large environment, doesn't matter whether you're using 2 servers or 100 servers. Paisleur installs on these and turns around and monitors the entire environment. The next one is Brent Ozar. If you've heard of Jose Gomez in the Epicor and programming world, Brent Ozar is that for the SQL world. Brent Ozar turns around and also has a handful of tools on his website that turn around and monitor your SQL system, make your SQL server go faster, monitor your queries, monitor what's going on the server, notify you when there's a problem before it becomes a major issue. Again, this guy puts all of his stuff out on YouTube's and videos, but he also has a tool set that you can download and put on your server to have it monitor and self-manage SQL. I know we try to introduce Brent Ozar to every one of our clients because the software is free. Go ahead and put it on there, and it self-maintains itself. It'll tell you, hey, I need an update. Go ahead and update me. I can't tell you how many people are running this that love this, but it has nothing to do with Epicor. It's strictly with SQL and SQL Server. But if you're on Epicor 10, you're a SQL Server user now, this is an awesome tool to have installed. And then Dell also has a Spotlight Essentials, which they moved over to the Spotlight Cloud. But this is monitoring information. If you're a Dell user, it's a great tool to put on there. If you're using HP, I wouldn't go so much with the Dell. But Dell does have a Spotlight Essentials for monitoring their environment. These are all the areas that are available out there that are for free. You don't have to pay anything. It is going to take a little time to read because, yeah, you got to sift through and take a look and go through the education. This is not necessarily things that, I needed to learn to administer my ERP system. Well, SQL goes hand in hand with that because if it's not running fast, your user is going to complain the screens take too long or this report doesn't load quickly. Making sure that your environment is tuned is just as important as making sure the environment is working correctly for people. In addition to the free sources I did put into my presentation, Epicor has their ABL converter, but this requires an active maintenance contract with Epicor to turn around and make sure that you can get this. Bruce Larson is mentioning there's an ERP help 102700 zendesk.com. Epicor Application Studio help. I'll see if I can get that in here or not. I'll go ahead and throw this up on the screen at the end there, Bruce. But an active maintenance contract is required at Epicor. If you are active on maintenance, as most of us are, you have access to get to the ABL conversion. For anyone upgrading from 8, 9, 6 to 10, this is a great way to migrate any of your BAQs or any code that you put in your queries or custom programs. Epicor also has Epicor. Epicor has a great search tool. Everybody that I know really hates it, but if you can wait, go ahead and type in the search and wait for the search to come back. When you log into Epicor and put into the search MRP, put in a topic, purchase order entry, it's going to turn around and pull up all of the topics that had that issue. And as you see, they have a good library here of information for the different versions. So by all means, if you have an active contract, take a look at using Epicor and doing the search. It looks like the search isn't doing anything when you fill out the search. Give it a second. It's actually running in the background, trying to pull all the information for the topic that you typed in and then display all of the items that return from it. It just takes a second to pull all that information back, but it does require an active maintenance contract. I'll go ahead and see if I can pull that up here for everyone. So Bruce turned around and said ERP help at Zendesk is also a great place to pull information. So just wanted to share that URL. We'll make sure that this is in the video link that we can go ahead and share with everybody. Thanks, Bruce. I'll go ahead and update the handout as well for that one. So these are all the places that you can get free information, as well as if you have an Epicor maintenance contract where we can log into Epicor and find information in the software. This is in addition to the help button inside the Epicor software. So I know Epicor puts all their manuals and all their information now into the help system. When you turn around and run through there, you're going to find all the application information inside the help, but these are additional areas that aren't included inside Epicor. Yep, and Chris is mentioning that if you click on the 3 dots in the top of Epicor, when you're doing the search, that also goes over to Epicor. Any questions from people, any other tidbits that people are utilizing out there that can turn around and share here in the chat? I know we're running way ahead of schedule here, We've got about 10 minutes extra here.
Calvin, I've got one that I forgot to share with you. It's kind of half free. If you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, there are several technical books available on Kindle Unlimited that you can get for free. So you just go in and you download them if you're on the unlimited. I think Kindle also has some free books that are technical, but if you're on the unlimited, there's some things from Rocks and others that are available.
Any others that people are using? Go ahead and add that one in here. Okay, not familiar with that one here, Aaron.
Andres had one for feature suggestions there.
Okay, with an Epicor subscription, there's also an Epicor Ideas link. Scrib-D requires a monthly subscription. Vinay turned around and sharing this one. We also have one from Tim Shoemaker, .NET Pearls. This is a great place for information, yes. Going in, I see .NET Pearls pop up an awful lot when I'm doing my Google searches. Exactly, as John was just saying, Epicor, the knowledge base, the view link doesn't necessarily go directly. You have to log into the site for it to work. The Epicor Ideas, Tim Shoemaker's advising, this goes directly to Epicor Enhancements. So as you're using that location, this does require an active maintenance to use this, but when you log in and submit your ideas, this goes directly to development. So the request for enhancements, this is where we can send these directly to Epicor. He's also mentioning you can vote on other people's ideas. My gosh, this is starting to sound like version 5 again. So this is awesome, where you can see other people's requested suggestions and add yourself onto their thread. If it's like the version 5 Cairo survey, if anybody remembers that one, that was a long read. And then adding yourself to the items. Epicor Ideas would be a great presentation for the next user group meeting. Graham, are you offering to do this? Yep, and Bruce is mentioning Epicor University again. I kind of shied away from doing this because I wanted to keep it on where can I go for free resources for information, how to manage my system, how to better run Epicor. There's a lot that you can pay for out there, so I don't want to turn around and kind of focus on those. I want to make sure that people know, hey, this is where you can go where you don't have to pay for it. If you can take the time to research it, put the information, gist it together, manage the project and do it yourself, it also improves because now you can maintain that moving forward. It's not necessarily you need to go outside for it. Any other free resources where people don't have to pay for this? Okay, we've got another one, SQLauthority.com.
That's actually the blog of a guy who used to work. I don't know if he may still work with Microsoft on their development of SQL Server. So you often get information about upcoming features and as well common problems that people run into that are kind of out there. He'll come up with really cool solutions that you're like, oh, that's how SQL works. And W3 Schools is also another good uh, general learning site, both for web development, JavaScript, all sorts of things out there.
I mean, it'll actually tell me the color I want. So W3 Schools, I know when I'm doing searches or looking for code snippets, they always come back and, hey, try this.
There's a question out here, any resources for SSRS reporting? To be honest, one of the best ones is Microsoft documentation. They've got 2 or 3 different tutorials out there that'll walk you through how to create different SSRS reports. I believe Microsoft Learn also has stuff on SSRS, where again, they walk you through various things and help you get up to date on stuff. I'm doing a search in Microsoft Learn right now for SSRS. Yeah, so if you go to Microsoft Learn and just type in SSRS, there's a few things that come up that would give you some information there. And there's one from Jen Lisser that I hadn't run into before, so I'll post that out to everybody too.
Again, Jen, hey, great idea. Learn SSRS in 28 days. If you can take the time to learn it, by all means, go out and learn this, practice this. Don't always run out to consulting resources.
And there's a suggestion for a Power BI YouTube channel.
I'm trying to pull that one back here. I'm waiting for someone to submit a, hey, here's a funny cat video on YouTube. So, guy in a cube, the Power BI teaching. This actually looks pretty good. Thanks, Sharon. I'm going to go ahead and throw that one in here in the Word document. So these are all areas that we can find information, learn how to manage our system, how to program it, how to customize it, and move the system forward before we even go out and hire someone. I know if, okay, I'm an ERP manager, then you need to at least know what all is capable. So you may not need to know the nuts and bolts of exactly how it did it, but know that the ability is there or that the system can even handle that type of request so that you can offer this to your people. Okay. I think my session just got a handful of new links to get added into it.
Yes, it did.
This is awesome. Like, take a look at it after so many years of doing this. I'm like, this is kind of fun.
And John's asking the Word document that you're adding things into, are you going to add that into your presentation before we send this out?
You got that. I'll go ahead and turn around and add these links into the presentation. Let me see if I can grab this one here.
I was going to say I can help you grab the answers out of the questions area if you need to later.
Yeah, I was just getting one. I want to make sure I got the Epicor ideas also in here. We will definitely see if we can get someone to turn around and handle that moving forward. Or a handful of people if they're willing to do it. I know when we did the Cairo surveys in Vantage 5, there were over 1,000 topics. That may be something we want to sift down or just into, hey, these are the top ideas for maybe production. These are the top ideas for purchasing, so that we can turn around and have those maybe at the end of presentations and allow people to know this is what people are requesting moving forward for enhancements. If you'd like to add yourself to it, by all means, log in and add your company. Here's the link to it. Awesome. I'll go ahead and get these additional sites added and updated into the document. I know we're a little bit ahead of schedule. If we need to do like a 10-minute break, when is the next session?
Next session's at 10 o'clock. It'll be the purchasing roundtable with Beth and Christine.
Okay, so we got kind of a free session here. Christine or Beth, are you guys out there?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome.
And I'm here.
Hey!
Bingo.
Awesome. If anybody has other ideas or areas, hey, we use this, or by all means, either go ahead and email myself or put it into the chat window here. I'll go ahead and add this into the Freesources, and my email address is here. Go ahead and either send it or put it in the chat window. We'll get this added to the presentation, and we'll go ahead and send out the PDF of the presentation to everybody with the minutes of the meeting. This way everyone will have all these links that came out. I think you answered all of the questions, Fred, during the session, so I don't think I missed any of the links.
There were a couple that I marked as answered that had links in them. The .NET Pearls, I remember, was one. So you may want to scroll through the answered questions.
Okay. No, I was looking through those. I didn't see any.
And one now from Jennifer Lisser, Wise Owl training. That's one I've never heard of. I'm learning new stuff.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. I'll go ahead and add this one in there as well, the Wise Owl. As opposed to that dumb dodo.